Pessoal, boa tarde. Eu acho que o IIC tem um papel, junto com os outros players de internet do Brasil, que é um papel de que essa indústria seja uma indústria eficiente, dinâmica, ética e moderna. E a gente tem que estar com essa transparência nessa discussão. Então, dentro desse propósito de ser ético, de ser transparente e de ser eficiente, é que a gente está trazendo hoje em dia, mais uma vez, palestrantes de alto renome para estarem com vocês aqui e para estarem dividindo coisas que são tendência lá fora.
The idea of Engage is to help you bring alive everything that it is that you work on today. It has very little to do with what was advertising, what was communications, what was creative marketing. And it has everything to do now with the ability to connect with people who are defining our markets, people who are becoming more influential than we could imagine. Andy Warhol once talked about the idea of being famous for 15 minutes, that everybody would have their 15 minutes of fame. But now with social media, we're redefining even the concept of celebrity, even the concept of fame. Certain individuals are becoming prominent in these online networks based on how they interact, based on who they interact with, what they share, what they create.
And so the growth, as you can see, has been spectacular. Around the world, we're seeing across different regions, geographies, languages, demographics, social networking seems to have universal appeal. Every language, every culture, this is happening. And I don't need to tell you this because Brazil is one of the first countries to truly embrace social networking. And even today, it remains one of the top countries, both in terms of reach as well as in total time spent per average user on these social networking sites. It's an incredible amount of time and attention and engagement opportunity for brands as you think about how to expand your repertoire and make sure that your web strategy is cohesive in addition to search, in addition to your website, in addition to other places where you might be investing, to now also include social networking.
And I have to tell you, as a marketing person, I just think this is the greatest marketing time ever. Because if you look at the things like Facebook and Twitter and Gowalla and Loop and Foursquare, it's like being in Disneyland. I mean, there's so many things you can do. Because of all this technology, most of it is free. It's also very fast. I mean, as soon as you tweet something, you know, hundreds of thousands of people can see it. And pretty much everybody who has money to spend, which is, you know, all marketing people care about, has access to these services. So I think from a marketing perspective, this is a great time. In particular, I happen to love Twitter. I think Twitter is the greatest marketing platform since television. I hope today to show you some very tactical things about how I use Twitter in particular and how I think it can be applied to business.
An analysis can be done to determine not just are my customers members of different social networks, but how active are they? And more importantly, how I define customer value in my original customer data set can then be used to understand which social networks my most highly valued customers are using. We're just starting to use this kind of information to better target our campaigns, to better create messages for people on the networks that they might be on, and most importantly, as an input to a new type of CRM, or customer relationship management. CRM is probably the biggest opportunity for data within social.